All right, guys, you saw the title. This is the C-Tox video. I wanted to give you a little bit of a preface here. You're probably going to see a couple different clips of my logs through the week of taking C-Tox, and then finished off with my final thoughts that kind of sum up everything. So strap in, get excited for a little bit of an emotional journey. Getting off caffeine is not easy for anyone, especially someone like myself who ranges between 600 and 900 milligrams a day. But I do want to say that I think C-Tox did a lot for me. Don't know much about the formula yet, and if you want full thoughts, definitely get through it to the end where I give you my full feelings on everything that happened. As always, guys, enjoy the video and let me know what you think below. All right, so we've been talking about this product since like fall of last year, and you guys have been asking us about it since. C-Tox from Glaxon. Today starts the video log. So in typical Glaxon fashion, they send me a whole bunch of stuff. I can't wait to take all of it, but to start, I can only use C-Tox. I've got a detox from caffeine. I've been taking a lot of it. It hasn't been working as much, and honestly, it's probably good because the rest of the stuff includes caffeine, and it'll give me a really fresh way to try it out. In any case, we have a whole dosing protocol for 7 days for C-Tox, and I wanted to log my experience, my benefits, my feelings about it so that you guys can all understand what happens on a day-to-day basis. So for full transparency, today is actually day 2. Yesterday was day 1 when I started it. Day 1 included taking 6 of the red capsules, and as the dosing schedule goes along, as each day goes by, I consume 1 less red capsule and 1 more blue capsule. Yes, this is a really fun whole matrix thing, you know, red pill, blue pill, take 1 and you move forward with your life, say take 2 and you see the truth. Well, I'm gonna take all of them. It's kind of funny, the first day I took it and I didn't really think too much about actually what I was doing. I just had to abstain from caffeine. I took a pump pre-workout instead of any sort of stimulant pre-workout. I didn't take any sort of gamer or goon during gaming. And I was actually up till 1 a.m. playing Call of Duty last night, but thankfully I actually had the help of hybrid instead, which is obviously stimulant free but still has ketones for brain fuel, which is really nice. This is goon. I can't wait to use this. Day 2. So last night I did not have any sort of caffeine headache, I don't think. I'm a little bit sore from deadlifts. At first I thought I was getting a caffeine headache, but I deduced that it was, and I was just dehydrated in that. Other than not having the benefits of caffeine during my pre-workout setting or for video gaming, I didn't really feel all too bad. I'm not a person who like feels tired and takes caffeine. I take caffeine at specific times of the day, habitually all the time. It's either a energy drink or coffee before work or some sort of stimulant cocktail. I always take my nootropic mix of Arms Race Nutrition Clarity and Brain from Revive. So that didn't change, but that's all stimulant free. Where I really started to feel it was like around like 10 o'clock at night. I didn't feel exhausted, but I didn't have that same pep in my step that if I had taken a pre-workout around 6:30, if I had taken gamer before sitting down at my desk. And it was tough, honestly. There were times where I was getting pretty tired at night, but I do have to say I slept way better last night than I normally do. I fell right asleep. I didn't take any sort of sleep aid. I didn't take my Tranquility or anything. And that felt really nice to not have to worry about getting off the stimulants from my pre-workout from Goon or Gamer. That was actually really nice, but it's the first day, so I don't know how the second day is going to go. I took my 5 red capsules and 1 blue capsule with breakfast this morning with all the stuff, and I don't know a lot about what's in the product, but I do know that the red capsules contain caffeine. And as it goes across, obviously I take less red. It's weaning me off of the caffeine while weaning me into the blue capsules, which is much more, it's the same thing as far as I know, but it's not using the caffeine. So you still get the same amount of those other non-caffeine ingredients that help curb any sort of issue. I don't know what they are yet, but you're using less and less caffeine to wean you into not having any caffeine at all. So hopefully by the end of this, I'm totally reset. I can jump right back into Specimen and all sorts of that fun stuff. I can start using my Goon for gaming, and I can even use this capsule ingredient that nobody has talked about from Glaxon yet, but more on that soon. So I guess I will see you tomorrow. All right, welcome back. It is day 2 of my video log. It is day 3 of the dosing schedule, but I promise I'm not gonna be doing one of these every single day. So this video isn't gonna be super repetitive, but I was thinking about some stuff last night. I also had a great talk with Michael about bias and placebo and this whole process, because honestly, I'm honestly gonna throw this out there. Every single time that Glaxon sends me something, I am ridiculously self-aware of the fact that they could be placeboing me. That is absolutely something that Glaxon, Michael and Joey over there would do. And I've been exposed to it before before with testing and stuff, it's one of the things you kind of have to throw a curveball in these beta tests every here and there to make sure you're getting an honest answer. And so I have to be as objective as possible because this is a very subjective test. Basically, what we're testing here is how much this sucks and how much less this sucks than normal. If you've detoxed from high amounts of caffeine before, you know that it can suck. You get headaches, you get cravings, you get tired more easily. And so what this is basically doing is trying to wean you off of caffeine. As the red capsules come down, it is giving you less and less caffeine, still getting a lot of the ingredients that are blunting the effects of what happens when you stop taking caffeine, but you're slowly taking less caffeine with it. A couple things that I've noticed so far. One, the red pills definitely have caffeine in them. I definitely can feel it. And so I'm glad I'm taking it in the morning. But as you would probably expect, when I'm still taking caffeine in the morning, I feel good for most of the day. I don't feel as great in the afternoon. Later in the afternoon, I start to feel tired more easily, earlier, honestly. And that 7 o'clock thing where I usually am taking my pre-workout, that starts to hit me. I'm taking a vasodilation, pump product at that point, which helps with kind of like something because it mentally, psychologically, it's giving you something that kind of feels better, but it's still not a stimulant. And then again, later on in the evening, really, I'm not taking any sort of gaming supplement or nootropic or caffeine or energy drink before I play any kind of video games or keep myself up for the rest of the night. I remember as a kid, my parents, my aunts, my uncles would drink coffee later in the evening, and it made no sense to me, but if they didn't, they would get headaches because they drink so much caffeine. In this case, what I'm experiencing is 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, I get wildly more tired than I normally do, which absolutely makes sense because I'm not taking my pre-workout in the afternoon. I'm not taking anything later in the day that's caffeine. So I'm not miserable yet. And now Michael did kind of say, as I was kind of self-reporting that to him, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But at this point, I'm almost halfway through. It's not all that bad. I just find myself going to bed at a more normal hour than normal. I'm usually at midnight to 1 a.m. I'm going to bed between 10 and 11, maybe 11 midnight. That one night I stayed up playing games pretty late, but probably should be getting a little bit better sleep during this. So I'm going to try to commit to that during this. It is 4 reds, 2 blues. We're almost even here. We're really cutting out the caffeine. So until next time, cheers. So it is the 8th day today. Yesterday was my last day on the protocol. I had my 6 blue caps, and as you can tell, I'm already back on caffeine. It was a long 7 days. We started off with 6 capsules of red caps, and each day we've removed 1 capsule and added 1 blue capsule. The red capsules contained, as the week went on, I took less capsules, slowly weaned myself off of caffeine, but while still taking the blue capsules, which still deliver the benefits on dealing with the withdrawal of caffeine. So that could be anything from our digestive system, which I wasn't actually aware of how much caffeine helped with the digestive system. Apparently there was some stuff in there. I did not have any problems with that. So that did work well, or it's just something that doesn't affect me. Also dealt with headaches, and I think like the drop in motivation and energy. So let me give you guys a full thoughts of like really what happened. So the first couple days, I still was getting a decent amount of caffeine in the morning. I was taking those red capsules in the morning. And so I got a little bit of a dose of caffeine. So as I woke up, I took those and it got me into my work. And my schedule is kind of, I work like from 9 to 3-ish every day. I produce content, get on emails, do some conference calls, a little bit consulting, whatever it is. I'm usually out by 3. I get to the gym by 5. So the problem being that the first couple days I had enough caffeine to get me through the day. I got to the gym, I finished my workout. It was not, energetic and crazy by any means, but I still was able to get through that workout because I had enough energy to finish the day out. As the week went along, I had less and less caffeine. So what I noticed more was that I was getting a little bit of energy in the morning. I was able to get through work. And mind you, I still take nootropics, adaptogens, stuff like that in the morning, rhodiola, stuff that could get me through it, choline, huperzine, neurofactor, but none of it was stimulant, although neurofactor does have like 5 milligrams of caffeine. I wasn't taking any other stimulants. There were a lot of other stimulants that I probably could have cheated and used, but I wanted to be completely off of it. So by the midweek, I think it was Wednesday, it just sucked. After like 3 o'clock, I was tired. I got to the gym. Tuesday and Wednesday were the bad days. So that was day 4 and 5. Really, I was like, just shoot me in the head. And I'm kind of the person that takes some caffeine in the morning, some caffeine pre-workout, and some caffeine later after the workout to get me through some video gaming at night or hanging out or whatever. Even if it's just a little bit of coffee, I enjoy a little bit of caffeine later in the day to keep me finishing through the day. And without that, I was just exhausted. Especially after training with no caffeine, I get home, I was even tired. I was falling asleep a lot earlier. I was going to sleep at like 10, 11 when I'm normally like a 12, 1 a.m. kind of person. I was cognitively, I was not there. I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends, which is a very intense game. You have to be present for it. And I was just having troubles with that. But things that I noticed on the positive side were that I was sleeping so much better because I wasn't taking that caffeine close to bed. I didn't have headaches. I did have one day early on where I had some pain in my head, but I think it was more from dehydration. And because the rest of the week I had no headaches at all. Maybe that was while these pills started to go through my system and some of that stuff needed to build up for the headache benefits. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know the formula here. Overall, it felt like it helped me out a decent amount. I've done caffeine detoxes before. I've taken a month off, and it definitely is a lot harder through the month. This time, I felt like I rebounded 7 days in. Now, I do have to mention here that one of my biggest fears with Glaxon is being placeboed by them. They send me a lot of new stuff, and I know as someone who has been behind brands before and done this kind of stuff, I definitely would fuck with people and send placebo. So this is the kind of experiment I realize that is very subjective, right? Everyone reacts to caffeine differently. Everyone reacts to caffeine withdrawals differently. Personally, for myself, I normally become very lethargic and I get headaches. The lethargy was something that was timed in the middle of the week while I was getting through it, and it was specifically in times where I was starting to not have any caffeine, as the red pills were giving me caffeine in the morning. Headaches, I don't actually think I had any at all, and that definitely was benefit. So if you would ask me, you know, as long as this was at a regular price point that was reasonable, would I use this again for a caffeine detox? My answer would definitely be yes, because it did help me out. Now, if these guys placeboed me, I've always said I don't care if it's a placebo as long as it works. I'm totally prepared for Joey to call me like, psych, we never made the product, you just annoyed us enough that we sent you a placebo. Outside of that factor, outside of that possibility, I think the product worked very well for the intended purposes. Did it immediately fix my caffeine problem? No. It took 7 days. I just started drinking this energy drink this morning. As you can tell, I'm talking very quickly. I definitely am feeling it stronger. I've definitely become more sensitive to it in just 7 days. I think this is the kind of thing that the industry needs. This category is not very widely explored. There have been some adrenal products in the past. I think BSN had one a long time ago, but I don't think that they're really how this industry needs to attack it, because we are in an industry that is definitely heavily dependent on caffeine. We probably should take off more than 7 days of caffeine per year. However, in this case, at least to be able to give us a reset on our caffeine sensitivity, our tolerance, would be really nice. I'm interested to see what actually is in this product, how it worked, what it did for me, but I hope that this was a interesting, different kind of experience for you guys to watch some videos on. When we do have the formula, I'll definitely be sharing it and doing a breakdown, but I figure as I was the only person that got this, and that's not a boast at all. Apparently I was just annoying Glaxon enough that they wanted to send it to me, that if I'm the only person that had it, I felt like I needed to create some content out of it for you guys to enjoy. So 7 days later, I'm drinking a can of energy drinks that has 200 milligrams of caffeine in it, and I actually feel it. In the past, it was something that I was joking about with Michael's. I would pick these up just because I like the flavor. I see it in a store, I just want to have it. You know, I just want to consume it because I enjoy the carbonation, because I enjoy the sweetness. I don't even know if I really want to finish this because I already feel so much of it just from doing a flavor review. So I definitely can feel a difference in my sensitivity to caffeine in just 7 days. In any case, I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you guys something interesting to listen to, and I hope you're as excited for C-Tox as I am. As always, I do have to say I got the protocol for free. Obviously, it's not for sale, so I am a person that got it as a beta test. I didn't pay for it. We do have a business affiliate relationship with Glaxon, but you can't buy this yet, so I won't even get kickbacks on that. So as far as biases go here, I do like the team there. I do think that Joey is rather quite genius, and I think he could come up with something really great for this situation. Maybe that did affect my expectations for the trial, but I guess only time will tell as we get more people trying it out. When this does come out, I'll follow up with a full breakdown. And until then, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.